What's good, YouTube? So it's been a long off season. The free agency started about 2 weeks ago, and the NBA draft was a few days before that. And I want to talk about everything as a whole since the NBA Finals. Before we start, I wanted to wait to see what the other role players was going to be picked up in free agency, but I was just going to start the video anyway and say, fuck them niggas. And I've been waiting for them key role players to be picked up, but I'm going to talk about it right now. So the first team I think that won in the offseason is the Philadelphia 76ers. Now on paper, they look like a very good team to come out of the East. With Philly, it's like they a very good team on paper, and you expect them to go do something great, but they not going to do it. But for me, I had to see them win something before I believe in them niggas. And that's the thing with them. They brought back Maxey. They got a better backup big from Reed and got Drummond. They went and got Paul George and got other great role players like Kyle Lowry, Eric Gordon, Caleb Martin. And Paul George talked about on his podcast how he liked to see how he played with Caleb Oubre and how good of a competitor he is on the court. The Sixers did everything they need to build a great team around a two-star players, but I just don't see them winning anything. In the NBA draft, the Sixers also went and drafted Jared McCain, who also plays the same position as Maxey. He's going to be a great player in the league, can shoot, can score, create his own shot, all of that stuff, but I just don't see how the fit going to work with Maxey in the future. To me, it reminds me of when the Blazers drafted CJ McCollum. They also had Dame and all the other guys when they was competing. I'm comparing this situation to each other because they had guards that can score and they also was winning, and their guards couldn't really play defense together. In order for Maxey and Jared McCain to work, Jared McCain is going to have to become an elite defender while also scoring about 20 points a game. But overall in the offseason, I'll give the 76ers about an A- with all the offseason stuff. The next team I thought won the offseason was the Oklahoma City Thunder. The first move they made was going to get Alex Caruso for Josh Giddey, and they didn't have to give up no assets with Giddey. They traded somebody who didn't fit the roster or the team for real, and they went and got one of the best defenders in the league who also shot 5 threes a game on 40%. And with how the Thunder play defense on the perimeter, I feel like that gives them an extra notch in their strengths and how they play. And then they got stronger at their weaknesses going to get Isaiah Hartenstein in free agency. Now his contract might have been a lot, but it was worth it knowing they needed his rebounding. Sam Presti did a great job getting role players that fit the team and didn't get away of Chet and J-Dub that can still develop into whatever they can be in the future. And then in the NBA draft, I didn't know what to expect, knowing what Sam Presti can pull out his ass. But when Nikola Topic being hurt, he went and drafted him at 12th. I'm not going to lie, I was confused at first, but thinking we just traded Josh Giddey. We could use the playmaker off the bench, or when he get back healthy, he could be starting in the future. And then the Thunder is a very good organization when it comes to getting players back right after being hurt. Look at KD, Russ, Ibaka. Chet was just hurt, so all them injuries, they came back good or just even better from before the injury. And with the 26th pick, they drafted Dylan Jones. They traded 5 seconds for. And when the playoffs ended for us, I was thinking the guys that I wanted in the future on our team. And I was thinking about Josh Hart, but he's not leaving. And he's just like Josh Hart with the rebound. He can get to the basket. Not the best shooter, but he can develop his shooting. And they drafted him at the 26th pick. So I feel like that's a great pick by Sam Presti. And with our second round pick, we also traded for A.J. Mitchell. I don't remember what college he came from, but it was like a low major school. Now, drafting Topic, okay, but drafting another guard on top of that, I don't understand why Sam Presti would do that. But I love his game. I looked at his highlights in the Summer League stuff. He's been doing amazing for us, but I'm not mad at that pick. I love his game, but I just don't understand why he would do it with all the guards and wings we got. And looking at his draft history since the Russ and PG, KD, Harden era, you can see the vision in his draft picks. I just don't know if they're going to work out. Hopefully they do. Obviously, every pick is not going to work out perfect for you, but the vision he got now since the KD Russ era is going to be great for us if they work out. I would give the Thunder offseason an A+ for getting off of Giddey. No disrespect, but he just didn't fit the team. Getting guys from free agency that you needed at your weaknesses and then getting stronger at your strengths, it's an A+. But the drafting, I didn't understand what the second round pick we did, but I love our players we got. I forgot to bring up that the Thunder declined the Isaiah Joe and Aaron Wiggins team options and brought them back on 4 and 5 year deals that was cheap as hell. It was a great thing to do because it was money they had to spend this upcoming year for free agency, and they did that. The next team I thought they did very well in the NBA offseason was the New York Knicks. They brought back OG Anunoby, and in the deadline they traded RJ in quickly, and whatever else they gave up for him, it was able to re-sign him, so that was a great trade. And then bringing in Mikal Bridges, the fourth Villanova guy, it was a lot of picks they gave up, but I think they'll be okay. And then the third thing that happened was Jalen Brunson taking a big pay cut for 100 M's or some shit like that when he could have took the max was amazing on his end. I think they can go deep into the playoffs like Eastern Conference Finals if they match up right. But with losing Hartenstein, I think they can make one more move to get a good starting or a backup big. Losing Hartenstein, I do bump it down to a B+ for the offseason as a whole. But if they can get them a good quality center, I'll bump it up to an A+. And I'm going to be knocking out two teams in one session right here. And I want to talk about the Magic and the Timberwolves. Because the Magic, they re-signed their role players back. And then they brought in KCP. And then they drafted the Silver from Colorado. I don't think the Magic had the best offseason out of any team in the league. But they for sure got better and made some good moves. I just don't know what grade to give them. And then for the Timberwolves, they lost Kyle Anderson, one of their best defenders on the team. But then they had the best draft of getting Rob Dillingham and Shannon Jr. In my opinion, for them to have a better offseason, I feel like they need to get rid of Cat. Because I feel like he's one of those players that's just not really going to translate into the playoffs, and they going to need some better offense. But overall, I just don't know what grade to get them teams in the offseason because they so similar but in different ways. Another team in that boat for me is the Mavericks. I feel like they did get better with the wing players they got. I don't think I'm going to be drooling over what they did in the offseason, but they did get better at their wing spots. I am kind of iffy because Clay, I don't know how much worse he's going to get, but if he can provide about 40% from 3 on 15 points, that's going to be great for him offensively. But with his defense being bad after all them injuries and them saying he going to start, I don't fuck with that. So with all that being said, I'll probably give them like a B-. But give me y'all thoughts on who y'all thought won the all-season. Like, subscribe, and I'll see y'all later.